is the procedure.
So could the governor purport through the county secretary, because at page 296, the letter is signed by the county secretary for the governor. Could the governor purport to appoint these chief officers without the involvement of the county public service board?
No, that is illegal.
And as a county public service board actually disowned those appointments?
Yes, they have.
Where is the evidence?
The evidence is on page.
I'm down to 384 for purposes of, in the interest of time. 384 of our volume 2, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, the evidence is on page 384 on a letter addressed to the clerk of the county assembly.
Who has written that letter? In whose letterhead is it issued?
Office of the County Public Service Board and signed by the Secretary or the CEO of the Meru County Public Service Board, who is the CPA, Engineer Kawira.
At paragraph 4 of that letter, what does the board say, the County Public Service Board?
It states that the board is the appointing authority according to section 64 of the County Governments Act. The board, however, was not involved in the appointment of the acting chief officers as per the act.
So the board actually confirms that it was not involved in these appointments?
Yes.
Is that an irregularity?
It is an irregularity.
At page 295, I'll take you back to page 295 of our volume 2, Honorable Speaker. And specifically, the number 18 on page 296, the appointment of Kenneth Moiti. Is he appointed in an acting capacity or a substantive appointment?
It is a substantive appointment since it is not indicated if it's not indicated if it's in an acting capacity.
Would such a substantive appointment require the approval of the county assembly?
It requires.
Was that approval obtained?
No.
And for argument's sake, Mr. Kawira, the governor said in a response that it is actually the county secretary is the one who made these appointments. As by law, the County Governments Act, can a county secretary appoint chief officers?
It's not possible, and even it's still contrary to what we have, because the letter is signed by the county secretary for Her Excellency the Governor. For the governor?
Yes. So could the governor lawfully, even if we are to assume that she delegated his authority, could the governor lawfully delegate the mandate to appoint chief officers to a county secretary?
The law does not allow that to envisage the same.
Is a statutory mandate to appoint chief officers not vested in the person of the governor?
It is.
Still on these two pages, page 295 and 296 of our volume 2. Who is qualified? I want you to explain to the Honorable Speaker and to the Honorable Senators, who is qualified to act as a chief officer?
According to?
I'm asking from the persons who have been appointed here as chief officers. For example, you can turn to page 296, number 17. We see the Kenyatta to move from Meru municipality to Department of Lands to perform the functions of chief officer. And my question to you is, can a person who is not a chief officer be appointed to act as a chief officer in another department?
No, because it requires vetting and approval by the county assembly.
So it is your evidence that only a person who has been appointed, who is already a chief officer in the first place, can be appointed to act as a chief officer in another department?
Yes.
And by corollary, in the national government, only a PS can be appointed to act in another state department?
That is true.
So if you are not a chief officer in the first place, having been vetted and approved by the county assembly, you cannot be appointed to act as a chief officer in another department.
That is true.
So what would you say then of the appointment of Kenyatta number 17?
It's an illegal appointment.
Number 15 of Christopher Mugunda?
It's also illegal.
Number 2, that is the nephew, Edwin Murangiri.
It's in contravention of the law.
Who is Edwin Murangiri? Number 2, page 295.
The nephew to the spouse of the governor.
So, is it regular for a person who is already in another department, that is Meru Service, as a semi-autonomous government agency, is it regular for them to move from a saga to the public service?
It's irregular.
And take over the role of acting chief officer?
It's irregular.
Okay. And from the governor's bundle, at page 348, turn with me to page 348. That is the appointment letter of Edwin Murangiri.
Yes, it is.
In 2017.
Yes.
And he was in job group K.
Yes.
So is it regular for a person in job group K, just as I've seen for NEFAT, for a person in job group H to jump the stairs or the ladder and to become a chief officer, which is the highest rank in the county public service? Is it regular?
No, it is not.
Okay. Honorable Speaker and the senators and the honorable senators, turn with me to page 360 of our volume 2. Actually, from page 359. I'm sorry, Honorable Speaker, from page 359. You have alleged that the governor has appointed a bloated workforce, specifically in the office of the governor.
Yes, it's true.
And from this, from page 359, at the top of the page, this document that is provided by the County Public Service Board, what is the title?
Summary of appointed persons in the office of the governor from August 2022 to date.
So these are persons appointed in the office of the governor from August 2022 when she took over of office to date.
Yes.
And by to date, it is as at 9th of October of this year.
Yes, because this was when the County Public Service Board gave us this list.
And the County Public Service Board communicated to the Assembly.
Yes.
By the letter appearing on page 354, Honorable Speaker, page 354 of our volume 2. This is a letter where the County Public Service Board attaches a list of all the appointed officers in the office of the governor. At page 360, how many information officers can you count? At page 360.
They are 10 in number. 10
in number. Is it reasonable for a governor to have 10 information officers?
It's not reasonable.
And I remember during examination in chief, you said on page 361 and 362, there are 38 cleaners in the office of the governor.
Yes, they are.
Turn with me to page, Honorable Speaker, turn with me to page 369, 370 of our volume 2. At page 3, what documents are there? From page 369 to page 370.
They are pay slips.
Pay slips for what job designations?
Public communications officer.
The job designation is public communications officer.
Yes.
And how many are they?
They are 6 in number.
They are 6 in number. Honorable Speaker, turn with me to page 261 of our volume 2. Okay. There is a notice for shortlist and interview schedule, correct?
Yes.
At page 268. At page 268. How many positions rather are advertised for? Because there is a shortlist for public communication officers 2 and 3.
The ones who are shortlisted are 17 in number.
The ones who are shortlisted are 17 in number.
19 in number.
19 in number.
Yes. But
Come with me to
the
page 293. 293 over volume 2. The document begins at page. The document begins at page 284, Honorable Speaker. It is a advertisement for recruitment to the office of the governor. At page 293, how many positions have been advertised?
only 3 positions.
Only 3 positions. What is the job designation?
Public Communications Officer 2 and Public Communications Officer 3.
So for Public Communication Officer 2 and 3, only 3 vacancies are available.
Yes.
Okay. And at page 268, we've seen that 19 persons are shortlisted.
Yes.
At page 268 of our volume 2.
Yes.
Okay. Then turn with me to page, still on our volume, to pages page 361 of our volume 2. And I want you to read out, or rather to count, the public communication officers who are appearing in that page. That is number 60, number 67, number 68, and 69. How many are those?
They are 4.
There are 4. There are 4 officers, right?
Yes.
Who have been recruited as per this summary provided by the County Public Service Board for all the staff in the